What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, coming at you with Azorius synthesizer deck. Been like kind of neglecting it just because it's so done as far as like ingenuity, but these hands or a new set are always a great time to, attempt to try and brew up an older thing. And whilst I do think Watsy kind of missed a potential, like really good deck there for a second, because now that it's really good, the Urza with Meld is rotating, and all of the the Power Stone package stuff it sucks because when that stuff, I mean, it's still in standard now, yeah, like your cityscape levelers and all of that, but um, I'm not playing those things anymore. It's literally like less than 3 weeks before the stuff rotates. So, so for that reason, I'm really going all in on the whole rot proof thing and trying out like an Azorius synthesizer deck, and it's already started to happen since the arrival of oh my god, something warfare. No, not even. Maybe it's like the 4 mana sorcery, like collected company for non-creatures, that came out in talk here, and that's really what, like, I mean, it almost it did top 8 a tournament, and like it did really well. And as far as the bans are concerned, lost nothing. As far as rotation is concerned, like I said, yes, loses all of that, like Brothers War stuff, but honestly, the latest versions of the list were running less and less of it. The real meat and potatoes is, of course, your synthesizer. And there's so many ways to copy it and get it again and bring it back and all this sort of things that I mean, my win rate with it right now is 7-2. I took a dive. I was diamond 1, about to go to mythic, and like an idiot, I don't know why I do this to myself. I was like, oh, cool, let's test out some new stuff for a brew tonight. Ketramos, Exile, Orzov. I lost like 6 in a row and went straight back down to diamond 3 or something. And now I've painstakingly clawed my way back up using this deck. And that prompted this video, because honestly, I shouldn't be recording. I'm supposed to be doing a video every 2 days. And since these bans, I just can't stop myself. It's so fresh and nice. So without further ado, let's jump into tonight's Azorius Artifact brew, simply called Rotproof Synths. And Hurly cannolis. Like I said, I think I'm 7-2. United Battlefront. I never remember the name of this card. I always just refer to it as the Coco for non-creatures. This is really insane. I tried some versions where I was like trying to take advantage of the like token creation from synthesizer, and I had some Elspeths in the main, ended up getting rid of that, and I now have one Ugin in the side. When we do the bring in the ghost vacuums, bring in the chimils, there's actually enough colorless stuff that it you want to also get the odd value from casting those, but he's just good enough anyway. The life gain, the card draw, yada yada. The sideboard has felt so damn nice. Double Chimil, double Fumigate, low on the sweepers. The mono reds are gone. We don't need that much. We've got plenty of target removal, and there's not too many go wide strategies that are emerging from the format. So like when you factor in all of that, plus 2 exercise, Fumigate, Plus, we're countering a lot of the things on the way down. 3 steps ahead on the side. I've felt unstoppable. Finally, after a terrible afternoon. Of course, lots of 3-ofs because you want to discover as many things as possible off of the Battlefront, and trying to keep the non-creature spells to a minimum as well, which is why most of them are relegated to the side. Otherwise, you just end up whiffing with this thing. 3,000 Moon Smithies give you something nice to find off of a repurposing bay when you're forced into sacrificing something like your braided nets. Otherwise, it's just a nice thing to cast in general. And then you get into these post-board games. We have Chimils and things, and you can often just get one for free. And that's an alternative win con. For more Revolt, just keep freaking... Oh, it's so good. It was in the previous brew. Anything with artifacts that's trying to go a little bit slower, and honestly even a little faster, play this card. So nice. Sneaky one-ofs, Maze Mind Tome. Let's jump into some games. See how the deck continues to hold up on the best of 3 Diamond 2? Diamond 3? I can't remember. Whatever. Diamond 3. I think I'm in Diamond 3. Cannot believe I didn't bring. Maybe in the little gap during sideboarding, I'm just gonna go wash out this glass. I need to drink some water. Water. Mr. Neath. Heyo. Battlefront detected. Removal, a little bit of scry, a little bit of... Eh? I get so scared about duress these days. It's like so much more discard, and I've been running into a lot of this like weird 2 mana. Yeah, sure. It's really strange. I mean, it's not really strange. It's that one of those gift cards from Bloomburrow. 2 mana. Look at the opponent's hand. If you've given the gift, you can snag the thing. If you haven't given the gift, could have avoided that 2 damage. That was a bit silly. I was just talking and got sidetracked. But okay. It's Battlefront time, baby. Yeah. I love it how you don't have to pay the additional cost from the reliquary if you get it off of the Battlefront. It's so nice. Sucks we didn't find another 3-drop to trigger the synthesizer, but it's better than nothing. 2 lands off of the scry were the next 2 cards off the top, so glad to have dealt with that. Yep. I'm guessing some artifact hate. Maybe exercise. It becomes a mad dash. It's like a little mini game. Like, keep the synthesizer on the board, and the opponent's doing everything they can to get the synthesizer off the board, and that kind of allows you a bit of wiggle room to attempt other things, because it... yeah, that's fine. I mean... Now he knows about my counter spell. That's kind of sucky. Oh. Oh. With counter magic backup. Hello. 6/6. These colors do have, you know, problematic cards for us, though. So let's see what happens post board. Honestly, like, some kind of Sephiroth pile, right? Yeah. I mean, removal, you know, the glass casket is the typical thing, and those Duskro's Reliquary that I just immediately take out when it's like I need more space for counter spells and whatnot, especially exactly the matchups with that you would bring those counter spells in against. You're not gonna need reliquaries to get rid of artifacts or creatures. Generally, like, you know, your control matchups or whatever. And the same goes for the casket. So that's already 6 slots. Then you can like go down one. Uh, God, the smithy that there's already 3 of, and they can't be fetched off of the um United Battlefront. Nailed it. And then that gives you wiggle room for like Chimils and Ugins and stuff. It's really nice. There's plenty of like sideboard space. There's like some cards that are just clearly bad and that you can just immediately remove. And I like that in a deck. Those types where like everything in the deck needs to be there to function in the main, and then when you're going aside, you're like, oh my god, what can I take out? I need new tools, but there's nothing I can remove. Not terrible. I mean, just the starting towns are a bit Archie Blues. Obviously, you take the synthesizer, right? And that's also why we have the smithy. And that, to me, indicates that he has yet another way to get rid of my synthesizer. Oh, isn't that just lovely? There's gonna be a Sephiroth. I would say there'll be a better target for this. Yeah. It's not a bad little curve, that, but it's also not very spectacular, frankly. It doesn't have to reveal it, which is honestly quite nice. Sure. I had a feeling. In case there's a discard spell, let's get the smithy rolling. What a joke. Ah, ah. Nice little reset there. Gotta love it. Wow. Up. Come on, baby. Don't let me down. Yeah. Well. I'd rather keep this one for some additional life gain. And now I could draw like my whole deck. Could be Ultima again. Bro, this guy is such an ass. Jesus. Holy crap, man. Okay, we need counter spells. Fine. Unbelievable, bro. Like, just don't even, dude. Don't you worry, my friend. Where? What? There. Jeez. Going blind. I'm blown away. The opponent has 2 copies of Ultima in his sideboard. Very nice. Bro, I swear on my freaking... I don't know what. How these people just manage to have that freaking turn 1 every time is the sort of thing that just drives you insane. Unbelievable, dude. Just truly and honestly, like, the sort of stuff that makes you feel sick. Imagine, dude. Can you imagine? Just for 1 second. Can you stop drawing things that are relevant? Thank you. Thanks for the card. Eesh, like, man. I might have a fit, bro. The level of bullshit is something that's tough to explain here.
You chose the wrong day to cross me. You won't be outsmarting me.
Woohoo! Okay. Get out of my face, you pathetic excuse
I knew
for
this
a
was a waste of
rat.
time.
Woo! I'll keep that. Bugger off. Wow, man. Woo. My heart's racing. I needed that. I like seriously, it's just this collection of like leftover crap that should not be in my format because Wizards decided to do this stupid rotation thing that it continued to plague my life. And 3 weeks to go. 3 weeks to go. Deep breaths. Like 4 days until spoilers, 2 and a bit weeks probably until early access, and then just never have to think about Liliana. Oh my god, the list is just kilometric at this point. Woo! It does appear though as if control is rearing its ugly head again, says the guy playing some sort of a control deck. But okay. Tough keep, but we've got the scry. I wish I could just draw another like colored mana. Please, 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 please. Dang it. Gosh dang it. Okay, Yuna. Yuna without beans has been pretty like, I don't know. Sort of whatevs. Let's hold up the scry on the carrot cake. The inevitable turn 3 overlord. It's either that or the other, the new summon. Huh. This is cool. Like, I've seen this more and more. Land, baby. Just give me that land. Come on. 20. Yes. Yes. Of course. That's the one I'm thinking of. Fenrir. Still nothing crazy in the side to worry about. Ooh. There's Fenrir. Tap Fenrir. And then this becomes a question of, do I fire off the Battlefront? Or do I hold up No More Lies? No, I won't see that anymore. And the Battlefront seems legit. Especially when, like, okay, sure, like, go Yuna, baby. Could have counted Yuna. But we just got over the top, honestly. Yes, we've got an artifact for the crafting. You know, like maybe counter spell. I mean, sweeper. But again, like, we don't care as much, right? Split up. clown. It's just not as scary without the beans. Like they just don't draw enough. So this is sorry, yeah, this is typical, right? Like the only target is Fenrir for the casket. And like this feels a bit slow. So yeah, we need to have the the vac. And let's go one Ugin. We're up a match. If we lose this one, maybe we bring in some Chimils for the card advantage. But yeah, the vacuums against Yuna. Battlefront vacuum? Yes, please. I need another blue source so I can actually... Oh, that is not an Ultima. I don't know what is. That's a bit scary. I wonder how many copies he has. This one, you know, the artifact decks are poised to be busted. Especially like even some of the stuff I've seen from the new set. It's like they're pushing artifacts even more, but then of course like we don't have farewell anymore. Now there's like 5 mana freaking farewell essentially. Doesn't really matter. Oh, hello. Oh, it's a resource war. Like, I need to get to the point where I can, like, land a synthesizer and hold up a counterspell. I need one more blue in general. Cool. Don't put them all on the board, right? Sneaky one of Ugin. Hello. And the ability to jam out an actual freaking... Oh no. Oh no. Okay, you maybe got me. I got greedy. I shouldn't have fired off the Battlefront. Yeah. Unbelievable. That was such a fail bird. My bad. Oh. Stuff it. If he's got Ultima, then so be it. How many copies of that does he have? Okay, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm. God, I love this deck, man. Look at how have we been able to get out of that? Oh, all right, lovely people. Again, like going for these shorter ones because I'm rushing out more than one brew, but it's because I have given them time in the background to actually give you some stats this time around, especially. Okay, just making sure that Untapped picked that one up. Boop. 9 for 2, baby. Just boink. 6-0 this most recent run. Just wow. So nice. Finally, something that feels legitimately like tier 1. Gonna probably hit Mythic pretty quickly with this one. I have a feeling. And like just overall, you know, like here, boop. So happy with that. Visible, so you guys can go copy it and enjoy. Untapped profile link is always in the description. Jumping back in with some final thoughts. Wow, like this is sick. The cool thing here is that we're in a wild west of the meta where we just have no idea what's going on. But as things crystallize around some sort of a aggro deck or mid-range or control, then like the sideboard just has so much wiggle room, honestly. Even the main, we could definitely alter some bits and pieces here and there to confront a more aggressive meta, get some more lower to the ground sweepers, some split ups and things, some you know, what's the authority of the consoles, that sort of thing. Like there's plenty of wiggle room. And to my point earlier, that we're losing the meld Urza, and that felt like such a missed flavor fail. There's a 3-mana Tezzeret that's coming out in Edge of Eternities, which you can hit off of United Battlefront, and it's a planeswalker that cares all about artifacts. I haven't really looked at it in that light, so I thought it would be a fun thought exercise to just quickly do that on camera with you guys. Boop. Because you know, this, I made a point about it earlier in the video when we were talking about Ultima as a needed sweeper. Like, talk about pushing artifacts even more, and there's even just from Marrow's teaser yesterday. But this you can find off of United Battlefront, the 3-mana 4 loyalty planeswalker. Enters whenever an artifact enters, you put a loyalty counter on it. So like you can imagine synthesizer. You go off the Battlefront, you hit this guy and the synthesizer, it enters. You know, with the synthesizer, you immediately get a loyalty counter. And then now that we're here, let me just, this is the first time I'm actually doing this. Does this go well in a synthesizer deck? Untap target artifact or creature. If it's an artifact creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Sure, swing with a gnome guy, you know, the little automaton token, and then untap it and make it bigger. And then the -3, search your library for an artifact with mana value 1 or less. See, so that doesn't really get me going. That looks like a -3 that's more to do with things like you know, modern, historic, other formats where they have like really efficient, rare artifacts, 0 mana artifacts, that sort of thing. But that having been said, wait, I'm gonna go back to that. The last emblem is at the beginning of combat on your turn, put 3 +1/+1 counters on a target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a robot artifact creature. I mean, yes. Pushes. Okay, I know where this is going. This isn't going in the synthesizer deck. This is going in a in a United Battlefront Poetic Ingenuity Boros artifact deck that still gets to play the collected thingamabob and artifacts and all of that. But there, we don't care about the mana value 1. Actually, that's kind of what we want. Because anyway, it'll trigger the ingenuity. So, woo. Anyway, at this point, I'm rambling, but I'm glad we did that little exercise. What I initially thought might fit right in, maybe, but probably better in a more Boros version. But stay tuned. Early access is coming soon. that is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be seeing you all in the next one with another fresh post-bans brew. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all.